Hi, my name is Reese Taylor, and I'm a graduating senior of the class of 2023, and I'm so honored to be talking to Miss Lilley, who is retiring this year. Hi, Miss Lilley.
Hey, Reese.
So I just kind of wanted to talk to you about what your time has been at Trinity and your career in general. So what originally drew you to Trinity Prep?
Oh, well, I had zero experience teaching high school. I was teaching at UCF in the English department, and I taught a lot of freshmen, so I thought, how different could it be? Really different. But I went ahead and made the leap because I really wanted my daughter to go to Trinity Prep, and I thought, Trinity Prep is big in my family.
Mm-hmm.
My brothers went here. I refused to come to Trinity back in the 70s because I said, why would I go out to that construction site in the middle of nowhere when I'm here at Winter Park High with my pals having fun? But ironically, now I have been here longer than all my relatives who went here. But anyway, I knew it was a great school, and I just thought if I was going to make a change, that would be a good time when my daughter was getting toward middle school age. And the first year was kind of rough. I really didn't understand a few things. Like, I would stand in front of the classroom of 10th graders and try to start class. I'm like, why are they talking? Why are they talking? Don't they understand I'm starting class? Oh, I had a lot to learn about high school teaching. But I fell in love with it. I just, college students are great, but you don't see them that often. And we had relationships with people who are really into the subject, come have office conversations. But at a school like Trinity, you really get to know your students, and there's so much more, it's so much fuller experience. And students of that below college age they have their hearts on their sleeves. You can really tell if somebody's having a good or bad day and maybe help do something about it. Whereas in college, everyone's got on their mask of total competence and, unless they're having a serious meltdown. But so anyway, I just kind of fell in love with the age group, the academic freedom. I really thought I could teach literature the way I wanted to people who my mission was creating lifelong readers and learners. So far, mission accomplished, because I keep in touch with a lot of graduates, and they're doing amazing things. And that just brings me a lot of joy. So that was more than what you asked for, but...
No, that was good. That was so good. So at your time, working at Trinity, how has your role grown and changed over time?
Oh, it's grown quite a bit, because at first I was the clueless green high school teacher that was asking for help and occasionally crying on the way home. And then as I got to know my world and my students, I don't know, I just became more comfortable. And then I got the opportunity to teach AP Lit, which is more like a college class, so that suited me really well. And I was really happy to bring that forward and make it grow, and also to eventually I just worked with kids who are interested in creative writing, which of course I am too. And then the last 2 years I've been department chair, which has been really interesting experience, mostly fun. But I found I've grown closer to almost everyone in my department just by being able to go and see what they're doing in their classrooms, and I just have so much respect for the things that go on in classrooms in this place. I'm just, wow, that's really good. I got some good tips from some younger teachers, middle school teachers. I was just, wow, this is pretty amazing.
Would you say that there are any greatest moments or accomplishments that you've had here at Trinity?
I'm really proud of growing the AP Lit program from one class, then 2, then 3, and now it's regularly 4 or 5, depending on the year. And with a few students in the beginning, we started Skylight, the literary magazine, which has been in paper and now online and now both, and that's just a wonderful thing because it showcases the creative energy and talent of artists, writers. It's great. So, and then of course I have to mention that I have taught a lot of people who've gone on to be professional writers, and I keep in touch with them, and I love it when they get a book published, and sometimes they come to Central Florida, and we have, in fact, just recently, David Vandenberg, class of 2000 something, I can't remember. He just published a wonderful poetry book, a lot about growing up in Florida, called Letters from, and Love Letters from an Arsonist. Get it? It's so good. And he reached back after these years to ask me to write a review. I was just so flattered, and even more so when I saw how great the book was. It made my job easy. But things like that really make me feel like I had a tiny part in some of these amazing lives that are sprouting out of Trinity and going on to do wonderful things.
That's so sweet. That's so sweet. So are there any characteristics in your career that you like really admired in other people?
Yeah, I mean, I think I've learned something from everybody I worked with. When I first came, I was working with Kathy Pinson, was our department chair. Then she became a principal. And I learned a lot about leadership from her. I learned that I really needed to listen to people. And I learned that, you know, just because you don't think of yourself as a leadership type, it doesn't mean that leadership isn't a big part of what you do every day. I mean, you're a teacher in front of a bunch of people. So, and I've never thought of myself as a role model, but I've come to realize that over the years you have to kind of be aware that that's how you might be seen by people. And so, you know, Kathy Pinson taught me a lot about that. I've had a great time working with Steve Kruger over the years. He has been a total rock, you know, when I needed help or like, how do I figure this out, this curriculum, or same with Dr. Stephanie Dryden has been a stalwart helper all these years and really was always there when I needed her, but so many others, you know, I've just worked with some amazing people. And Georgia Parker, another one, just so solid, like, hey, I need to chat about this situation, or what can you tell me about the students, you know, because, you know, you want to be able to communicate about students you've had so that you know, how can I help them achieve what they want to. So it's a collaborative world in a school, or it should be. Not only Miss Parker has been a real help to me and very, very, such a good teacher friend, always there with good advice, and she's also a lot of fun. But also her daughter, Hannah Shetler, was my student in 10th and 12th grade back in the day. I think 2013 was her graduation year, and now she teaches among us, along with several other people that graduated from here, and that, you know, brings me great joy. You know, we have great teachers here that actually went to Trinity Prep. I mean, that's fun. That's a lot of fun. Even if it takes them a while to stop calling me Miss Lilley and they can call me Susan, but I don't think Hannah's there yet.
Oh my gosh. So then what is your funniest memory at Trinity?
I have had so many moments of extreme laughter at Trinity that I don't know if I could pick just one out, but there's a lot of laughter in my classroom, as you know, personally. I think that to just relax and see what is funny, sometimes absurd, in what's going on, I mean, it's just great. And I used to have a little book, but it filled up so fast. And I would write down the things that students said that struck me as completely hilarious. Often they didn't realize why it was hilarious, but, and then it got to be such a thing that somebody would say something and students would yell, "Put it in the book." I still have the book, but I just ran out of pages, and I realized this could go on forever. But anyway, there's tons of fun and laughter, and times to be serious, of course, because we've covered some pretty serious material. There aren't a lot of laughs in a lot of the AP Lit curriculum per se in terms of reading. So I think that anytime we can lighten the atmosphere, and class discussions are always kind of joyful and animated, and so, you know, I've had some funny experiences, but also I've just had a lot of joy.
What do you think you're going to end up missing most about working at Trinity?
exactly what I just described. I'm going to miss my students making me laugh, helping me stay young, cluing me into things I don't know anything about, helping me with my phone. I mean, it's like I have a whole staff that just helps me with technology every day in my room. And what am I going to do without that? It's going to be terrible. Might have to like have some of you on speed dial. I'm going to miss the fun, the students, and the laughter.
Is there one like motivational quote that you'd like to leave with?
Oh yes, this quote comes from a little toy shop in New York City called The Last Wound Up. Yes, The Last Wound Up. I'm not sure if it's still there, but they had a ton of wind-up toys, all kinds. Some really naughty and some really, really funny, and chattering teeth and Godzilla, with they had various nuns. I mean, it was everything you can imagine. But their motto was "Don't postpone joy," and that really resonated with me. That whole thing that people do of when this happens, then I'll be really happy, or when that happens. Life happens, and it's not always great at every turn, and you just got to find the joy where you find it. And I think that is just that bumper sticker was probably the best advice I ever got.
I love that quote. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciated talking with you today.
You did a great job, Reese.
Thank you. So you did amazing. It was
I'm
so
gonna
good.
miss you. So
Oh my gosh.
keep in touch.